Welcome to A Moment of Zen. Time to sit back and relax as model, actress, mentor, and supermom Zen Sams takes you on a sexy and wild ride, covering the latest in film, fashion, pop culture, cryptocurrency, fintech, cannabis, and entertainment from the millennial mom's perspective. Here's your host, Zen Sams.
Hello, my beautiful tri-state area. Welcome to our 169th episode. It's always such a pleasure to spend my time with you on the airwaves. Thank you for listening and interacting with me on social media. That truly makes it all worthwhile. Please make sure to follow me at Zen Sams. That's Zen with an X, not a Z. And also remember that all episodes of A Moment of Zen stream 24/7 on Your Home TV and Kathy Ireland worldwide. And of course, you can always find us on our YouTube channel at Zen Sams. In the Going Deep segment brought to you by CO2 Lift, live from Nashville, Scale 2024, we'll be chatting with a few of our favorite skincare experts, trailblazers in their industry. Today, we're featuring Dr. Wendy Roberts, board-certified dermatologist and dermatopathologist, and Dr. Rainey Cooper, medical, cosmetic, and surgical board-certified dermatologist. We're going to be chatting about the latest skincare trends, including CO2 Lift for skin rejuvenation. In the Discover Your Potential segment brought to you by Smart Pet Talk, today we're joined by regular contributor and co-host Anna DeVere, and today she is joined by the amazing Amanda Dorenberg. Amanda is a technology and media executive with a passion for disrupting traditional industries. She's the global CEO of Arts House Media Group, which owns the titles to Billboard Canada, Billboard UK, and Rolling Stone Quebec, where she also serves as CEO of all the titles. They're going to join me today to chat all about her journey into the tech and media world and how she's disrupting traditional industries with emerging tech. In the Hydration with Heart segment brought to you by Once Upon a Coconut, today I'm joined by Canadian trailblazer Molly Carlson, one of Team Canada's elite national team high divers, traveling the world and competing for Canada from heights of over 20 meters as a member of the RedBull Cliff diving team. Her accomplishments in sports are matched by her efforts away from the water as she looks to inspire those around her through her BraveGang brand. She joins me today to chat career, community, and what inspired her diving passion, making a career out of jumping off insane heights and loving it. In the Express Beauty segment brought to you by Skin by Sari, celebrity cosmetic injector to the stars, Sari Katz reveals the dangers of botched Botox injections. Stay tuned for Once Upon a Coconut's Hydration with Heart segment featuring Molly Carlson of Team Canada's elite national team high divers. We'll be right back after this. You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York, iHeartRadio.
A Moment of Zen is brought to you by Your Home TV with Kathy Ireland and their channel partners. Head to yourhometv.com for free, family-friendly programming, streaming 24/7.
The Kelly Williams Show is brought to you by Serendipity Yacht Cruises and Events. Tune in and turn on your happy. Kelly Williams is full of energy and incredible guests. Watch her anytime, free programming on Your Home TV network, and do follow her on social media for a chance to win monthly prizes. Check out The Kelly Williams Show on yourhometv.com.
Tune in to A Moment of Zen, Saturday nights from 9 to 10 p.m. on 710 WOR, the voice of New York.
A Moment of Zen is brought to you by Once Upon a Coconut, 100% pure coconut water. Imagine a drink that's nutrient-rich, powerfully refreshing, naturally sweet with no added sugars, not from concentrate, zero additives, low in calories, absolutely no artificial flavors, and is so tasty that it will become your new favorite beverage. Enter Once Upon a Coconut, the absolute best-tasting coconut water you will ever try. Available in 4 refreshing flavors: pure, chocolate, pineapple, and sparkling with energy. Do your taste buds a favor and pick up some today at onceuponacoconut.com.
Welcome back, beautiful tri-state area. You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York, iHeartRadio. I'm your host, Zen Sams. Up next in the Hydration with Heart segment, brought to you by Once Upon a Coconut. Today, I'm joined by Canadian trailblazer Molly Carlson. She's one of Team Canada's elite national team high divers, traveling the world and competing for Canada from heights of 20 meters as a member of the RedBull Cliff diving team. Her accomplishments in sports are matched by her efforts away from the water as she looks to inspire those around her through her BraveGang brand. After seeing the engagement of the hashtag BraveGang community, Molly created a space where people can come together to share their brave stories, uplift and support one another, and spread positivity. Today, she joins me to chat career, community, and what inspired her diving passion, making a career out of jumping off insane heights and loving it. Welcoming now to the show is the amazing Molly Carlson. Welcome, superstar.
Hello. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Oh my goodness. Let's dive right in. No pun intended.
Love
So,
that.
high diving is an incredibly intense sport. In fact, high divers jump from heights of up to 27 meters, reaching speeds of over 100 miles an hour before hitting the water. So, it's going to be fascinating to hear how you discovered your passion and made such a unique career choice. Can you tell us about that moment when you first fell in love with high diving and decided, this is what I'm going to do professionally?
It's definitely a crazy sport, and people ask me, like, why do you do this? Probably every single day of my life. But, it started as a regular diver. Springboard and platform diving that you see in the Olympics goes up to 10 meters. And I fell in love with that when I was 10 years old. I was jumping off the 10-meter like it was nothing, kind of fearless, little daredevil, very, very brave from day one. And then I, got into more competitive competitions, representing Canada from a really young age. At 11, I was traveling the world representing the maple leaf, and the pressure started to climb, and I kind of lost the love for the sport of regular diving. So when I was nearing my end of career on the 10-meter platform, I was like, something's missing, like I still want to compete. So I actually put on my Instagram story, should I be a RedBull Cliff diver when I retire? And 99% of people were like, yes, this would be great for you. And my mom was the 1%. She was like, please do not jump. Please do not do it. But, I clearly in that moment realized that so many people could see this for me and believe in me. And I was the only one holding myself back. So I finally took the leap and literally took the leap
Took the
off.
leap. Wow, what an incredible, inspiring story. You gave me chills. Now, your achievements clearly are truly inspiring. And for those of you listening, guys, did you know that high diving only became an official FINA World Championship event in 2013? And since then, it has gained a huge following, thanks, of course, to athletes like you who push the limits, literally push the limits of what's possible. Now, what has been your most memorable experience or achievement in your high diving career so far?
I would say the first time I ever got a perfect 10, we were in Ireland, and the waves were crazy. This like location was terrifying. And I looked at my coach, I was like, no way we're jumping into the North Sea. Like it was insane. Like 3-meter waves. You jump and you don't know if it's going to be 20 meters or 24 meters, like super scary environment. But I happened to put down one of the best dives of my life and made 0 splash, 4 flips into the ocean. It was insane. I came up and I saw 10s, and I was like crying immediately because my whole diving career as a kid, I never got a perfect 10. And it's probably because I didn't love what I was doing. It wasn't until I switched over to high diving that I found exactly where I wanted to be, and I saw that perfect 10 and I was like, this is it for me. I could cry.
Boy, talk about raising the bar. Now, mental and physical preparation, of course, are crucial, especially considering that high divers experience forces of up to 9 Gs when they hit the water. Girl, it's impressive to see how you manage such extreme conditions. How do you prepare mentally and physically for a dive such, from such incredible heights?
You're like, "Why? Why do you do this? How are you ready for this?" No, it's a great question, and I think it's one of those sports where you have to be so dialed in mentally. You cannot do this sport without 100% mental strength and 100% physical strength. So, for me and my coach, Stefan Lapointe, he comes everywhere with me, and we travel the world together, and he makes sure he's like, "If you're not in it 100% today to jump off that scary platform, then we're not doing it." It's better to say no if you're not in the headspace because your life's at risk. You're hitting at 100 miles an hour. When you're touching that water, if you're not perfectly upright, it could go really bad. So you want to make sure you're 100% in it, and we do a lot of mental preparation to be in that
Wow.
healthy space.
I, I've interviewed so many people, and you are one of the most impressive and humans that I've interviewed, and just the most courageous and bravest. Now, the Brave Gang community sounds amazing. Community support is so important in sports. Statistics show that athletes with strong social support networks perform better and are more resilient in the face of setbacks. True to your story, your audience told you to go for the Red Bull diving team. Now, can you share more about the Brave Gang brand and what inspired you to create this community?
I'm so passionate about the Brave Gang brand. I started high diving 3 years ago and I blew up on social media. All of a sudden, I had millions and millions of views. They're like, who's this girl jumping out of the roof in Montreal? And the biggest comment was brave, the word brave. She's so brave. I want to be brave like her. And I was like, how can I connect with 6 million followers now on their brave journey? It's you don't have to jump out of a 20-meter platform to be brave. We all have our own brave stories, and I think it deserves to be celebrated. So I created the hashtag Brave Gang that got over 1 billion views. Everyone sharing their own brave story, and it inspired me to keep jumping off crazy things. And every single day I was like, I want to make it a brand, an official brand. Came up with my cute little logo, my pink vibes, and it's important to have that community, because the biggest thing is mental health as well. If you're feeling alone on your brave journey, then it's a lot harder to get through the hard times. So that's what Brave Gang's here for, is that safe space, and to remind you that you're not alone.
Beautiful. Now, hydration is essential for peak performance, especially in high intensity sports like high diving. And studies have shown that even mild hydration can impair athletic performance, making proper hydration strategies crucial. So I personally love coconut water, especially Once Upon a Coconut brand, because they actually have the sweetest tasting coconuts from Vietnam, not Brazil, which tends to be saltier coconuts, hence why most companies add sugar. So I particularly love this brand. But how do you stay hydrated and maintain your energy levels during your intense training and competitions?
No, I'm also addicted to coconut water. It's so delicious. But you have to balance it out. You need to stay hydrated up on that platform, especially when it's crazy degrees hot, and you're just trying to, stay healthy and do 4 flips off 20 meters. You can't be dehydrated. You can't be unwell going into these events, and your health and safety is also crucial. So, hydration's a really big part in my life, and it's so important. It's so important to be there and keep your physical up as well.
Agreed. Now, what advice would you give to young athletes who aspire to compete at the elite level like you do?
There's so many pieces of advice I could give, but my favorite one is to remember to love what you're doing. If you're not having fun, if you're not enjoying what you do every single day, then it's okay to step away. You need to love what you're doing, and you're going to go so much further if you do. And I think that's something I wish someone told me as a kid. I was going through my miserable days of, I just know I have to keep going because of the pressure, and it's not fun to cry every day. So if you can truly find and tell yourself why you do it every day, why you love it, why you started it in the first place, then you're going to remind yourself how much fun you can have, and how much success you can have if you're enjoying
Well said. Motivational speaker, add that to your resume.
it.
Now the challenges that you face in general are significant. High diving requires not just physical skill, but also incredible mental fortitude, like you alluded to earlier. According to sports psychologists, the ability to manage fear and maintain focus, to your coach's point, is what sets elite athletes apart. Now, can you discuss some of the challenges that you face as a high diver?
Of course, there's so many challenges in high diving. Of course, you have your intense competition pressure. You want to nail every dive. But then there's also every single external factor. There could be birds flying in front of you and you just have to keep going. There could be massive waves. There could be, tides that are ever changing, and you just don't know what to expect every single time you're competing. Versus in regular diving, perfect flat water, perfect flat platform. It was really a hard switch to switch over. And it takes a lot of mental strength to know that there's going to be so much uncertainty in your sport. And sometimes you can't control it. So, what I work on with my anxiety, with my, I already have anxiety with my mental health. Adding on uncertainty is not my favorite thing to do, but I work really hard with my mental performance coach to just be comfortable with uncertainty. And I find that fear never goes away either. You just get more comfortable with it and you learn how to handle the fear. So as soon as you let in fear or like you're stressed or really recognizing that anything's there, you can then welcome it and learn how to handle it better than pushing it away.
Now, looking ahead, it's exciting to see how you're going to continue to inspire others because you are a trailblazer. High diving is gaining more recognition globally, and with role models like you, of course, the sport's popularity and the positive impact of initiatives like BraveGang are going to continue to grow. But what are your future goals, both in your diving career and with the BraveGang community?
I definitely have a lot of future goals that concern my diving and my athletic abilities. I would love to be world champion one day. I keep coming second, and I know my time is coming. I don't want to be runner up anymore. I think world champ is in my horizon, and we're working really hard to get there. But there's also a part of me that's so proud of how far I've already come. And that's where the Brave Gang comes in, celebrating the little things and really building this brand to recognize community members that are doing insanely brave things. It could be, coming out to your parents during Pride Month, or a mom getting back into the dating world, like super, just what could be so brave to them, or like a kid going to school on an anxious day. Like, what bravery means to everyone is so different. And I really want to highlight that in so many people, and that we're not alone on our crazy brave journey. So there's a lot in the future for Brave Gang. I'm going to make it, a little tour. I want to go around, speak to people. I want to send out all the merch to really brave people and just make it a fun environment.
I love what you're saying. And to all those brave warriors out there battling cancer, medical complexities, or disabilities, we got your back too. You're all brave.
All
Well,
brave,
we
all the
are at
sweating.
yeah, that's right. Well, we are officially at the end of our segment, my dear. Thank you so much for coming on, inspiring us, and sharing your journey. You are truly incredible, and we are so excited to be able to promote you and promote Brave Gang and all your endeavors. You are quite inspirational.
Thank you so much for having me.
That was the Hydration with Heart segment brought to you by Once Upon a Coconut. That was the incredibly talented Molly Carlson. You can check her out directly on her website at Molly Carlson Official. You can follow Brave Gang on the gram at BraveGang_ to see all their upcoming launches. And you can check her out on the gram at Molly Carlson 1. You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York, iHeartRadio. We'll be right back after this.
A Moment of Zen is brought to you by Once Upon a Coconut, 100% pure coconut water. Imagine a drink that's nutrient-rich, powerfully refreshing, naturally sweet with no added sugars, not from concentrate, zero additives, low in calories, absolutely no artificial flavors, and is so tasty that it will become your new favorite beverage. Enter Once Upon a Coconut, the absolute best tasting coconut water you will ever try. Available in 4 refreshing flavors: pure, chocolate, pineapple, and sparkling with energy. Do your taste buds a favor and pick up some today at onceuponacoconut.com.
A Moment of Zen is brought to you by CO2 Lift. As we age, our skin loses moisture and elasticity, causing wrinkled skin. You can reverse this aging process with CO2 Lift. CO2 Lift utilizes the powerful benefits of carbon dioxide to lift, tighten, and regenerate your skin. This simple, painless at-home carboxytherapy treatment is scientifically proven to reverse the aging process. You will see reduction in wrinkles, increase luminosity, and improve pigmentation, sagging, skin tone, and radiance. For more information or to order CO2 Lift, go to co2lift.com.
Welcome back, my beautiful tri-state area. This is Zen Sams, your favorite iHeartRadio host from 710 WOR, the voice of New York, iHeartRadio. And today, I'm all the way in Nashville, Tennessee at Scale 2024. And today I'm here with the very famous Dr. Wendy Roberts. She's an author, she's a mom, Stanford MD trained. She's the founder of Generational Dermatology, and she's one of the biggest skincare and hair experts.
Thank you, Xen.
So beautiful to have you back.
Thank you.
Okay, so Scale 2024, CO2 lift, we'll start with that. What makes you want this product in your practice?
Okay, so this product, CO2 Lift, is everything. I say it's like the corticosteroid of the future. It's used for everything. We use it for hair growth. We use it for inflammation. We use it for aging. We use it for atopic dermatitis. We use it for acne. Post-procedure. Have you noticed I've covered every category of what dermatologists do?
What use case doesn't it exist for?
So if you're going to have something in your armamentarium, then in 2024, you need to start with the CO2 Lift, an amazing product.
So let's go back. CO2 Lift has been around since the 1930s. The method of delivery has clearly changed since then. It's available in a mask gel-like format, delivered over 45 minutes cutaneously. But more importantly, we've started to see an increase in the trend, in the search, carboxy therapy. It was actually the #1 skincare Google search of Q4 of 2023.
Yes.
And so a lot of people are trying to understand, well, what else can I do with carbon dioxide therapy? And how is the skin being tricked into responding and reacting so quickly? Can you break that down for us?
Sure. It's called physics, and specifically the BOR principle. When you raise the level of carbon dioxide or CO2 in the skin, your body vasodilates, your blood vessels expand to deliver more oxygen to the area. And so many of our tissues suffer from oxygen deprivation. So CO2 Lift will get more oxygen to your area. Vaginal area, lady parts, it's amazing what it does there because the skin is drying up and atrophying from a lack of circulation, a lack of nutrients. And it does this everywhere it hits. When you put it on your face, it vasodilates. You'll see an immediate glow. When you have ulcers on the skin, cuts, scrapes, you put the CO2 Lift on it, and what does it do? It brings blood and oxygen to the area, so everything heals faster. It's like your skin gets sped up like on steroids. It just heals so much faster than it would. I mean, let's face it, we're in a state of deprivation environmentally, right? There's everything hitting us, and we're just dying on the vine. And our job is to decrease anti-inflammation and bring everything back to life. And that's why this product is useful in so many areas, because it does the basic things that we need. Give oxygen, give blood, improve skin quality wherever that skin is.
I'm sold. I'm convinced. Now let's talk about Scale 2024. Let's talk about your expertise. So what do you specialize in at Generation?
Well, I keep people looking young. That's my handle at Dr. Wendy Roberts Youth Booster. And my goal is for everyone to look their best forever. And how are you going to do that? It's head to toe. It's hair, it's skin textures, tone, it's movement, it's everything. Here I'll be talking about hair loss, and I'll be, telling people about different things that they can do to maintain their hair and prevent the hair from its decline, which happens. Every woman starts to lose hair after 40. So get ahead of it. Generational is about getting ahead of things. I'll also be talking about chemical peeling and texturing, and then all of the different things that partner with it. So it's multifactorial. I would just say to the audience out there, check into a dermatologist, get all of the new stuff, listen to Xen because you're bringing it all, and utilize everything. It's never going to be one bullet. You need a lot of tools to keep these women and men looking fabulous forever.
Well, you do such a good job, but more importantly, you practice what you preach. Your skin is glowing. I've recently noticed that you've ditched the makeup, really. I mean, you're just fresh from within, and I think it has a lot to do with where we're headed in 2024 and 2025 with these skincare trends. It's really about treating the skin
at the root base. It's no longer just putting a Band-Aid over a Band-Aid. Talk to me about this regeneration, exosomes. Tell me what you're thinking about this.
Yeah, exosomes are wonderful. Stem cells are wonderful because basically what stem cells, exosomes, they trick the skin into being young and performing like young. You know, we used to try to remove things, peeling, laser remove, hide things with camouflage makeup. But now we're in the realm of affecting skin performance and skin cells. We're getting to the cells and making them younger, delivering what they need, like PRP, exosomes, to perform in a younger way, which is going to make us look natural. And that's exactly why I'm going into no makeup natural mode, to just kind of promote the science and the technology that we have now. So,
well, you look beautiful and you're radiant, and you are not just a mom and an author and an expert speaker, but you are a friend to so many here. I have seen so many women come up to you and hug you and thank you for your training and your expertise and all the knowledge that you provide. You are a trailblazer in your field. Thank you so much for chatting with me today. And I'm with the beautiful Dr. Rainey. Dr. Rainey, so nice to meet you.
Very nice to be here.
Tell me about first of all, tell me your practice's name.
So I'm Dr. Rainey Cooper. I practice in Katy, Texas at Cinco Ranch Dermatology, just outside of Houston.
What's your specialty?
I do a little bit of everything, mostly medical dermatology, cosmetic, and then surgical as well.
Okay, and how long have you been in practice for?
About 17 years.
You look so young. Which brings me to my next question. You must know all the latest trends and all the coolest technologies when it comes to skincare and skin rejuvenation. What's your favorite current procedure that you're advocating for when patients come in and say, I want to look young and beautiful again? What's your first recommendation? I'm going to ask you for non-surgical, and then we'll move to surgical.
I mean, my first recommendation is always sunscreen. That's the key.
Of course you would say that.
The key to looking young. So I'm obviously here to learn new treatments. We do a ton of neuromodulators and fillers and microneedling. So I'm here to learn about new options.
Yeah, there's Music City Scale 2024 is exactly where you want to be to get all of the latest and the coolest trends. Now, let's chat a little bit about carbon dioxide therapy for skin rejuvenation. We know it's been around since the 1930s. The method of delivery to the skin has changed. It's no longer an injection. It's now delivered 45 minutes cutaneously in a gel-like format mask. It could be done at home or at a practitioner's office. CO2 Lift has an incredible line of products. How did you hear about CO2 Lift?
So I've heard about it from colleagues. It's not something that we have yet in our practice. So through other dermatologists around the country, I've heard very promising things, and I'm here to try and learn more.
Can't wait to see what you think.
A Moment of Zen is brought to you by CO2 Lift. As we age, our skin loses moisture and elasticity, causing wrinkled skin. You can reverse this aging process with CO2 Lift. CO2 Lift utilizes the powerful benefits of carbon dioxide to lift, tighten, and regenerate your skin. This simple, painless at-home carboxytherapy treatment is scientifically proven to reverse the aging process. You will see reduction in wrinkles, increase in luminosity, and improve pigmentation, sagging, skin tone, and radiance. For more information or to order CO2 Lift, go to co2lift.com.
A Moment of Zen is sponsored by Body Align. Are you ready for a long winter's nap? Over 183 million adults have trouble sleeping at least once a week. That's why Body Align designed a wearable patch that helps you fall asleep faster, wake up feeling refreshed, and comes with a money-back guarantee. Try the Sweet Dreams patch today and get a buy one, get one free pack with the promo code DYP. Visit bodyalign.com and enter DYP at checkout, because discovering your potential starts with a great night's sleep. That's bodyalign.com. A Moment of Zen is sponsored by FinTech TV.
FinTech TV, the newest streaming channel focused exclusively on the business of blockchain, digital assets, and sustainability. Broadcasting from our studio on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange with daily reports from NASDAQ, global expansion, and 24/7 coverage. Become part of the launch. Head to fintech.tv/invest. Fintech.tv/invest.
Tune in to A Moment of Zen Saturday nights from 9 to 10 p.m. on 710 WOR, the voice of New York.
Welcome back, beautiful tri-state area. You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York, iHeartRadio. I'm your host, Zen Sams. Up next in the Discover Your Potential segment brought to you by Smart Pet Talk. Today, we're joined by our regular contributor, podcaster, and co-host, Anna DeVere. And today, she's joined by Amanda Dorenberg, a technology and media executive with a passion for disrupting traditional industries via new and emerging technologies. Her work has been featured in Mashable, Forbes Tech, Elle India, and Tech Times, among other very top national and international media outlets, without a doubt. Amanda is an active member of Forbes Tech Council, entrepreneur, Fast Company Executive Board, and Rolling Stone Culture Council. She's the global CEO of Arts House Media Group, which owns the titles to Billboard Canada, Billboard UK, and Rolling Stone Quebec, where she also serves as CEO of all titles. Wow, what an impressive resume. She's responsible for driving innovative change across the media industry. Leveraging her background in growth marketing, ad tech, and community development, she's responsible for the organizational success, cultural integrations, and business expansion for all companies. They're going to join me today to chat all about her journey into the tech and media world and how she's disrupting traditional industries with emerging tech. Welcoming now to the show is the incredible Amanda and Anna. Welcome, superstars.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
I am so excited to chat with you. You are a trailblazer within your own field. Incredible, incredible. So before we dive in, taking a look back, please share with us your journey in the tech industry and what initially inspired you to pursue a career in this field.
I mean, how far back do we want to go? So I graduated high school when I was 16. I'm a total nerd, and I was on my own. I moved out of my parents' house at 16. So to be honest, I looked at the college, courses available, and I saw computer programming was one, and I was always quite intrigued by tech. So I ended up taking computer programming and systems analysis. And at the time, I was also a fashion model. So dichotomy of the two, very different. However, I worked at a call center for a while from a tech perspective. And in my 20s, I owned two agencies in the fashion space. I owned an artist representation agency and a model placement agency. And then when I was 27, I had a brain aneurysm and had brain surgery. So that sort of pivoted my career to focus more on the media and the tech side of things. I was traveling a lot at the time, and I decided I needed to travel less and focus more on my career and building something a little stable. So I had partnered with an organization, and we created a startup in the traditional media space of out-of-home advertising, which is like billboards and whatnot. And we created a first-to-market mobile retargeting and offline. So it was kind of combining offline and online advertising. This was back in like 2012, excuse me. So it was quite innovative at the time. And we sold that company to a very large publicly traded company about 3 years later. And then I went in to build another company, once again in the ad tech space. So a lot of my career is specifically in the advertising technology space, and built a first to market. We called it an audience intelligence platform, where we were able to once again combine offline and online advertising and take some of the granular details of the digital space, online capabilities, targeting audience, demographic, lifestyle, et cetera, and brought that to the offline out-of-home space. And then we subsequently sold that to another large publicly traded company.
Wow, that's some journey.
It's a journey.
That is a book right there.
It is.
Now it's incredible. And I know back in the early pandemic days, the tech industry flourished because many companies rapidly increased their digital efforts. However, in more recent years, that growth faltered with high inflation and elevated interest rates and workforce reductions and more. But this year, a tech comeback is in the works. In fact, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics and Lightcast, in the next 10 years, the tech workforce is projected to grow twice as fast as the overall U.S. workforce, with a study from CompTIA predicting approximately 300,000 new tech jobs that are going to be created. And to go one step further, it should also come as no surprise that the Deloitte 2024 Technology technology industry outlook predicts a strong focus on artificial intelligence for this year of 2024. So you have certainly positioned yourself very well in a rapidly growing industry to be able to understand and evaluate the constant emerging tech and make decisions on how it can best innovate and disrupt more traditional industries. And that is at the heart of it all. So congratulations with the
Truly.
work you've done.
Thank you.
Now, Anna, I know you have some questions, so I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, I love what you've laid down, Zen. I think that one thing I want to underscore is Amanda's superpower. It's your passion for disruptive and innovative thinking. And I know you've held back because I know you've had a lot of career wins, but I'm just wondering if one stands out as a real turning point where you understood how that superpower was like key to your success.
I think for me, my biggest win, I suppose, is I was the youngest female executive in a publicly traded company after selling my company to this publicly traded company. It's a very large out-of-home organization. So I was 34 by the time I had 2 successful tech exits. And when I was 37, I took over as the youngest president of a data science company that ran the out-of-home industry in the Canadian marketplace. And I'm now 41, but when I was 40, I took over as the only female CEO of Billboard globally, and the youngest as well. So for me, those are my career wins.
Yeah.
Just trying to showcase the passion for, being a female entrepreneur, and it doesn't matter what age you are, you can succeed.
Just a few of my career wins.
Oh, I'm telling you, we could take all day on that one.
Just a few. This is amazing. Now, while Amanda, you are amazing, but while your innovative and open mindset is clearly valuable, because I think that that's at the key of it all, not everyone shares this mindset, right? In a world with such rapid growth, many people fear some of these technological advancements, technophobes. In fact, there's actually a term, right? Technophobia. And this fear sometimes arises for various reasons, right? But it may be for privacy concerns, an alarm for making the human workforce obsolete, right? Or even just a general aversion to the change. I think it's general aversion to the change. But this fear doesn't just emerge on a consumer level, even on a business level. And according to Forbes, 43% of businesses are concerned about technology dependence and therefore are hesitant to integrate new tech. But as we all know, change is often for the better. So in your expert opinion, what emerging trends or technologies in the tech industry excite you the most right now that should not be overlooked?
Honestly, AI, artificial intelligence. I know people are scared of it. However, it's not going to replace the human role. It's going to enhance it. If you're not using ChatGPT, and I'm not talking the free version of ChatGPT, I'm talking the paid version. It's $25 a month, something like that. If you're not using that to enhance your personal knowledge and your efficiency within the workplace, at the end of the day, AI is specifically about efficiency. It's not about replacing human power. It's specifically about efficiency. And every single one of us in any workforce should be looking at AI. We should be leveraging it to be able to ensure that we are more efficient and are able to actually enhance our roles and our value within an organization. It will never replace us, in my opinion. It's just going to enhance us.
I'm glad you're talking about this techno-positivity, because I think a lot of people are scared about AI, and I think they see it as a threat to their job. But again, I want to underscore something really human about you, because when I first heard your story, I was really inspired by your ability to overcome adversity and the way you pivoted. A lot of people pivoting right now. And I want to know, is there something human that really kept you going during that time? I mean, those times of change?
I mean, as I alluded to, I did have brain surgery when I was 27. So that is a very grounding experience. And frankly, you wake up every day and you feel blessed to be able to wake up and to have the opportunity to live life where others may not. So that to me is what keeps me going and keeps me wanting to succeed and wanting to change and wanting to innovate and wanting to inspire, the younger generation of entrepreneurs.
So it's positivity across the board.
Positivity across the board, always.
Now, I know that you're going to be launching Billboard UK later this fall and Rolling Stone Quebec just in a few weeks. So you've clearly got lots on your plate, Amanda. But looking specifically at your current role as CEO with your tech background and disruptive approach, how has the company evolved under your leadership? And what are some of the key changes or even strategies that you're implementing going forward?
That's a great question. I think, in the Canadian space specifically, I'll speak to Billboard Canada and Rolling Stone Quebec for our upcoming launch. There's a lot of legislation from an advertising perspective that is limiting to advertisers. There's various federal and provincial or equivalent to state legislation that's coming into play with respect to privacy and whom can advertise outside of the Canadian market space within the Canadian market space. So it was a bit of a down market for us in Canada. And my business partners and I took that as an opportunity to replace some publications that were unfortunately unable to sustain because they lost a significant amount of revenue with this legislation coming in. So I think that that's an exciting place and position to be, because we have the ability to foster community, and that's one of our large ethos across all of Arts House Media Group titles. We really want to provide a platform and a voice for talent, whether they be Canadian talent or international talent, on a more international scale and an international platform. So for us, it's really about community and building and fostering that community.
I love, that's near and dear to my heart. I'm a songwriter, and I worry about the market in general for artists. And I actually met Canadian artist Brian Adams recently in a kind of a tight circle, and I said, "What are you most excited about right now?" And he just said freedom. And I won't go into the reasons why he's feeling that freedom, but it's just such a changing landscape, and it's important to honor artists. And I know you're doing that, and community is such a wonderful word. Can you give us some success stories of ways that you've helped emerging Canadian artists?
I'm going to reference our inaugural cover for Billboard Canada. So we had the opportunity to put any number of major A-list Canadian celebrity musician on our cover. We could have had access to any one of the big ones. I'm not going to name names, but we decided to take a different approach, and our inaugural cover was focused on the Punjabi wave. So in the Canadian and on the global scale, Punjabi music and musicians and art is a huge cultural trend, and it's not widely known to those who may not be overly familiar with the music industry. So we took the opportunity to take 5 of the most successful Canadian Punjabi artists and put them on our cover. So we did 5 independent covers, and then we did a cover with all 5 of them on. Each of these artists have over 10 million streams monthly on Spotify. So they're very successful. But for us, it was the opportunity to really put this genre on a global and an international scale. And our cover was featured globally and internationally. So our US counterpart, which we call Global, had covered that. We had out-of-home assets and the largest billboard in Mumbai with the out-of-home billboard with the cover of Billboard magazine. So we kind of tied that together, billboards on billboard. And it was a huge success. And I think that is representative of what we want to do. So highly disruptive, but very much driving community.
Way to build community globally. I mean, really, yes. High five on that one. Yeah.
Very creative, very, very well done. I have been at the forefront of the music scene, especially with our FM channels, stations that we own. And we had Naomi Achu, was the queen of Bamenda in not long ago. We also had Young Wylan in with the song Good Energy. And a lot of the Afro beats are reemerging now. Absolutely. And it's really taking a huge wave. So I really echo your sentiment in wanting to build community based on the music trends that we're currently seeing. And when you look at truly music, the one thing that's universal is community about that. It brings people together. Now, I know you're so excited about the Billboard Canada Women in Music celebration this September 7th, and I'm excited to hear more about it, which is this prestigious initiative that celebrates and acknowledges the contribution of women and gender diverse individuals in the music industry, fostering inspiration across generations. Such a beautiful theme. Can you share why you're particularly passionate about this event? I mean, not hard to tell why, but what particularly drew you close to this?
This is not just personal for me, but personal for the entire Billboard Canada team. So 70% of the executives at Billboard Canada are female entrepreneurs. So that's a huge stat, in my opinion. And we're all here to try to provide more of a platform and a voice for female artists and, gender diverse artists. We announced this actually with iHeart Canada last week during Canadian Music Week. And we had the Beaches, who are an all-female band, do a private performance, very exclusive performance during our announcement. It's just an initiative that is truly powerful because it represents an underserved market, if you will, an underserved genre within the music industry. And I'm just really excited for our event. It's going to be epic. We'll probably have about 450 people in attendance, and we'll give a lot of awards out. We have some very A-list talent who will be in our presence, which I can't say whom yet, but I'm excited to announce that soon.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah, great cliffhanger.
Yes.
Right. Great teaser. I would just like to say with Xen, Amanda, I feel this moment. Really happy to be with both of you. I do believe that media can change the world. I do think women of our caliber, and I can throw myself in there, just women of our caliber looking out for that community globally. I'm really proud of this conversation, but especially where you're going and having you here. I just can't wait. I can't wait to see what happens next. Can you give us a discover your potential takeaway? Like, what are you hopeful about in the future?
I am hopeful to continue expanding and growing and inspiring the next generation, frankly. At the end of the day, I want the younger females to know that you can be an entrepreneur, to know that you can be disruptive, to know that you can have a seat at the table without, worrying or without being self-conscious. I want to have the next generation look up to our entire team within Arts House Media Group and within, both Billboard UK, Billboard Canada, and Rolling Stone Quebec, and feel inspired. I want them to know that they can do this too.
You are amazing. Okay, I can't wait to have you here at headquarters. I'm going to introduce you to all our FM partners. Maxwell from Z100, take you to Q104. We're going to go visit classic rock, Ken Dashow, Breakfast with the Beatles. You're going to be in heaven. You're going to be in your element, music element. Okay, and then we're going to celebrate and do drinks. All right, cool. It's a wrap. We are officially out of time. Amanda, you fell into my lap. Thank you for bringing her to me, Anna.
Mm-hmm. And anybody that wants to continue the positivity, check her out on the gram, man. I can't say enough about how an Instagram can inspire you. I'm really pleased that we fell into everybody's lap here.
The doggy woke up. Okay, let me wrap this up. That was Discover Your Potential segment brought to you by Smart Pet Talk. And that was the incredible Amanda Dorenberg, Global CEO of Arts House Media Group, which owns the titles to Billboard Canada, Billboard UK, and Rolling Stone Quebec, where she also serves as CEO of all the titles. Definitely be sure to check out Billboard Canada at ca.billboard.com and check her out on the gram at Amanda Dorenberg to stay up to date with the latest ventures. And of course, to see more of Anna, head to discoveryourpotentialshow.com. You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York, iHeartRadio. We'll be right back after this.
A Moment of Zen is brought to you by The Wellness Way, your trusted partner in health restoration. Now you can feel amazing at any age with their foundational testing and mind-body approach. The Wellness Way offers in-clinic and telehealth support when you're ready to test, not guess, what your body needs. Discover your best health by visiting their website, thewellnessway.com, and selecting a clinic near you. Do health differently at thewellnessway.com. A Moment of Zen is brought to you by Your Home TV.
Hi, this is Kathy Ireland here on A Moment of Zen, brought to you by Your Home TV. We've developed an all-inclusive subscription-free network that you're going to love, whether it's financial freedom, fashion, beauty, health and wellness, wonderful weddings, travel and culture, cooking, entertainment, and short-form documentaries, programming for everyone. Classic films and new shows, including Kathy Ireland Presents American Dreams. We've developed this network just for you. Please check out yourhometv.com.
Tune in to A Moment of Zen, Saturday nights from 9 to 10 p.m. on WOR, the voice of New York, iHeartRadio.
Hi, I'm Sarah Katz with this week's Express Beauty segment for A Moment of Zen. Have you seen what's going on in the news lately? Well, unfortunately, there have been cases of counterfeit Botox, resulting in people being hospitalized for adverse events. So what happened? In about 9 states, more than 15 people experienced really scary side effects from Botox. Some people were even hospitalized for not being able to swallow, difficulty breathing, difficulty holding their head up, blurred vision, slurred speech. Well, how did this happen? Unfortunately, there are unlicensed medical professionals out there performing these procedures in non-medical facilities using counterfeit Botox. So how do you know if you're receiving fake Botox? What can you do to advocate for your own safety? Fortunately, there are ways to safeguard against these side effects. Always make sure you're going to a licensed medical professional. Make sure you're being seen in a medical setting. Always check that that provider has been properly trained and is even able to be found on the Allergan website if they're performing Botox. And you can also even investigate or check out the bottles. You should be able to ask your provider to see the bottle and make sure that some authentic characteristics exist on that bottle. There should be holograms. It should be administered in doses that are normal for the way that that product is produced. It should not say Botox type A. It should say onabotulinum toxin. Right? So these are definitely characteristics you can look up on the FDA website so you can be an educated consumer. And unfortunately, even though these side effects can still happen, even with a licensed medical professional, they are very, very, very rare. And if you go to someone who knows what they're doing, who's experienced, your experience should be safe and a happy one. So know before you go and always advocate for your safety. This is Sarah Katz for today's Express Beauty segment on A Moment of Zen.
A Moment of Zen is brought to you by Your Home TV with Kathy Ireland and their channel partners. Head to yourhometv.com for free, family-friendly programming, streaming 24/7.
Do you have the dream of starting and owning your own business, or know of someone who does? If so, check out Your Home Business program, where they inspire, equip, and encourage those who dream of owning and operating their own business. Check out Your Home Business on yourhometv.com.
Tune in to A Moment of Zen, Saturday nights from 9 to 10 p.m. on 710 WOR, the voice of New York. A Moment of Zen is sponsored by FinTech TV.
FinTech TV, the newest streaming channel focused exclusively on the business of blockchain, digital assets, and sustainability. Broadcasting from our studio on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange with daily reports from NASDAQ, global expansion, and 24/7 coverage. Become part of the launch. Head to fintech.tv/invest. Fintech.tv/invest.
Tune in to A Moment of Zen, Saturday nights from 9 to 10 p.m. on 710 WOR, the voice of New York. A Moment of Zen is brought to you by Your Home TV with Kathy Ireland and their channel partners. Head to yourhometv.com for free, family-friendly programming, streaming 24/7.
Make it happen with Mariah Calor, where entrepreneurship meets heart and home. Join her on a journey through the dynamic world of real estate as a wife and mom of 2 boys who's conquering it all. Witness the passion, hustle, and joy as she navigates the exciting intersection of business and family. Check out Make It Happen with Mariah Calor on yourhometv.com.
Tune in to A Moment of Zen, Saturday nights from 9 to 10 p.m. on 710 WOR, the voice of New York.
Well, that's a wrap, my dear friends. Remember to join me right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York, every Saturday night from 9 to 10 p.m. Or you could head to 710WOR.iHeart.com /A Moment of Zen. Also, remember that we're live on Traverse TV Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern, YouTube Sundays at 2 p.m. Eastern, and all episodes of A Moment of Zen are available on Your Home TV and Kathy Ireland worldwide. You can go directly to our channel. It's free programming to you, mox.yourhometv.com. Thank you for listening to us. It's been an absolute pleasure being your host. Thanks again to all of our sponsors that continue to make the show possible. And remember that happiness is the only thing that multiplies when you share it. We'll be back next week.